What's going on, y'all? Gabe Santos here. I wanted to make a video to kind of prime you for this 7-day weed-free challenge, because I want to set you up for success. Okay, especially if you're someone who doesn't have experience successfully completing 7 days weed-free. Um, this video is for you. Okay, so you're gonna be somewhere on this scale. Okay, the more confident and certain you feel about yourself, the easier this is gonna be. Okay, so this video is mostly for people who really feel like unsure, hesitant, unconfident, and worried that you're just gonna fail, right? So okay, so I'd say the first thing is perspective, right? If you've never completed 7 days weed free, then honestly, you probably shouldn't put your expectations to complete this either. Okay, but I don't mean that as like you're gonna fail. What I mean is like have a little bit of self-love about it, and like a little bit of like just changing expectation. And my point here is, if, for example, if you've never run 3 miles before, you could very well run 3 miles and do it on your first try, but it's very likely that you're not. And even if you do, it's very likely that you're going to struggle unless you already have the muscles, whether that's the physical muscles or the internal emotional mental muscles, to pull through. Okay, and my guess is that if you're someone who's watching these videos, you're probably looking to build those muscles. Okay, so consider that the next 7 days is all about building muscle, building stamina, building conditioning around your ability to go whatever amount of time, or basically be able to say no or yes to weed whenever you want, because you have the muscles to do it. Okay. And so another thing to put into perspective is you've already developed the muscle called say yes all the time. Okay. And so you're good at that. Okay. You're already really good at smoking pot anytime you think about it, right? Which is fine. Okay. Like we've already touched on, the muscles that you probably don't have at all is the saying no muscle, or the perspective muscle, or the whatever muscle required to do this. Okay, so just realize that these 7 days is going to vary depending on the type of muscle, the type of experience, and just simply like where you're at. Okay, because my point is, just because it's challenging doesn't mean you have to suffer, right? Just because you can run 3 miles, it can hurt, you can be in pain, and you can have some suffering, but you can also, your attitude can determine this whole thing. And so just realize that in this journey, in these 7 days, you're going to be confronted with situations and scenarios that are literally there for you to build the muscles that you're looking to build. And if it's your first time lifting weights, you're gonna be sore. You might be confronted with internal insecurities or what have you. But at the end of the day, you just gotta lift the bar, right? And so in these next 7 days, you just have to go 7 days. You've gone 7 days without weed before in your life. Okay, you can do it again. You won't die. You won't. Okay, you may have many moments where you're confronted with thoughts, confronted with emotions, but this is what this is all about. Okay, because in order for you to have a life where you don't need pot every day, you will have to develop the skills required to do that. That's just the truth. And so this is part of it, right? Believe it or not, part of your dream of like being, whether it's being pot free or like being more disciplined, part of getting to that place one day is like all of the work required to get there. And so something I would say a lot in the past is pay the price. Pay the price, okay? And I'm just going to tell you right now, my ability to go the next 7 days weed free is a product of how many times I've done it in the past. Okay, so for example, in year 1, I failed every time. In year 2, I succeeded once or twice and failed 70% of the time. Okay, and so by now, year 9 or whatever it is for me, once I make the true decision that I'm gonna go in whatever direction as it relates to pot, I go that direction typically. Okay, but my certainty about it, the process that I use, the strategies that I have, many of which I'm going to share with you in the next 7 days, they were all a process of me literally going through the trials and errors of action, of attempting. Okay. So no matter how these next 7 days go for you, the opportunity to learn and succeed is there. Okay. So it doesn't matter if you make it to day 1 or you don't even make it to day 3. There's a learning, there's something to learn there. So not all is lost. Okay. Not all is lost, no matter what happens. And if you're willing to commit to the goal, if you're willing to commit, for example, to the top of a mountain, no matter what, then you'll get there. No matter any aches that come, any pain that comes, any challenges that come, obstacles that come, you're so focused on the summit that you'll do anything to get there. Okay. And so consider taking that kind of mindset on. Like, no matter what, I'm seeing this through to the summit. Okay. And every day we're going to get that much closer to the top. All right. So it's just 7 days, y'all. And I know that's a lot easier than it sounds, right? Like, oh, just 7 days. Great. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. And after that, you can do whatever you want with pot, right? It's just 7 days, right? Learn something, do something, step out of your comfort zone, step out of your norm. And if you're not ready for this challenge, then do not do it. I'm going to be straight up about that. If you do not feel ready to take this on, do not do it. Okay, I want to set you up for success. The point here isn't to try knowing that you're going to quit. The point here is to try and truly go for it. And like I've said, and let me give you an alternative perspective. Like, if you can come from a place where you want the challenges, where you want the journey that's coming to you these 7 days, then you're going to handle it great, because you've already set yourself up in a way that, oh, I am mentally and emotionally prepared for all the twists and turns that may come these next 7 days. And so instead of like being victimized by suffering, you gain power over your situation. All right. So I don't know. Hopefully something in there helped you all. I look forward to it. Okay. So yeah, commit to the summit, guys. Commit to the 7 days. Commit to the end. Commit to seeing it through to the end, no matter what. Doesn't matter if your homie hits you up. Doesn't matter if free weed comes your way. And that's going to happen, y'all. I can guarantee y'all some stupid fuckery like that's going to happen in the next 7 days. Where all of a sudden you get a free joint from someone. Or all of a sudden, right? But this is all part of it. You have one job. Stay strong. And just be good. All right? And that's a lot simpler than I make it sound, but or it's a lot simpler. Yeah, it's not as easy as I make it sound, but you can do it. You can do it. And like I said, no matter what happens, these next 7 days can be used to help you succeed moving forward. Doesn't matter what the fuck happens, all right? So let's go. Let's go. Type in the comments down below if you're in, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.